Hey guys, so I wanted to give you an update about the bathroom. Um, Long story short, you remember how I was putting up the soap dispenser? Well, someone pointed out that hey, I should use this thing called Tilex to remove the stains. I actually bought this thing instead because I was kind of concerned about fumes and there's not very good ventilation in this bathroom at all. There's no window I can open. So I bought this thing called Granite Gold. Link is in the description. And I have to say, it works amazingly well. So it is a biodegradable, non-toxic cleaner. It cleans porcelain, ceramic, glass, and colored grout. It's not perfect, but if you look at the difference, you can see that this is like a lot more in there than this. And the other thing that I really liked about this is it included this really deep brush. So if you try to scrub it, it just comes right off. I don't know if you guys can see it. See that? It's like scrubbing right off. Okay, so that looks so much better than before. Now, okay, I'm gonna work on that later. We don't have a shower head here, so the only way that I could remove all the soap is off of that was using this bucket. And I found out the hard way, like I have a bunch of times, that if you splash the wall really hard, it blows back on you. Yep. What I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this thing and put a shower head that is, I don't know what that word is. It's escaping my mind, but it's like one of those water pick ones. That way I have like a handle and I can spray it rather than getting stuck with this bucket. I really don't like using this bucket. In Hawaii, we had a shower head, not like this, but it made things so much simpler. And because I'm going to be installing it, I will also put a water filter in there. And I'm kind of curious to see what it is. I have all the tools that I need to remove that. They recommend that you have this little that little plumber's wrench sort of tool, and then use plumber's tape. And I have both of that because I was fixing the sink, as you guys might have remembered. I'm gonna remove that, put that in, and this should make my life so much easier. And then the other thing that I'm going to be doing, I'm going to receive it in tomorrow, is I gotta redo the grout. So if you look really closely, you're gonna see that there's gaps in the grout. So chunks are actually missing. See that? Like it's actual chunks missing. See that? Like that's all missing. Here, I'll show you. See, like the bristles go right in. So this needs to be redone. I have the silicone one, and the tool's coming in, so hopefully it looks better. I don't know who is doing the grout. Look at this. Look, you see it goes over here, and then you got the long tile over here. I don't know. Oh, I hate this so much. So whenever I come into the bathroom, to be honest, it always agitates me because I see all these little things, and collectively it's like it doesn't look that pretty. And I know I can fix it, and I'm going to try my best at it because my attempt will be better than just leaving it like this. Yeah. But I'm happy at least that this part got much whiter. It's actually so much whiter than when a cleaning lady came over here. So we had like 2 cleaning ladies over here before. And the cleaning lady could not get it as white as I got it with that natural tool. It's really something. So I'm definitely going to be repurchasing it and using it in the future. There is some fumes, but it's not nearly as strong as the ammonia-based ones. It's supposed to be non-toxic and biodegradable. And yeah, look at that. It says whoops, hold up. Oh, focus. When you only have 2 hands. Come on. Hey. Okay, so here. Non-toxic, non-acidic, page bounce, biodegradable. No phosphates or ammonia. So for sure, buying this in the future. And I'm really happy that I didn't glue this thing down, and I used the command strips instead, because it makes cleaning so much easier behind here. I removed it and I'm gonna restick it on. It's kind of like Velcro. And yeah, it's been incredibly helpful over here. I haven't really heard Lewis knocking down things. Remember how before I told you one of the reasons why I decided to put this thing up is because I could hear him knocking bottles in the morning. And when I hear it, it's just like arg. And we don't have that much bottles too. It was like one shampoo bottle, one conditioner bottle, shaving cream, and then my body wash, and that's it. But it was obviously too much. Now we have the dispenser plus the two things that we use right on top of it. There's no excuse for him to knock anything over. I'm trying to make this very simple for both of us. And I feel like if I make it simple, it'll be a lot more calming for me as well, because every time I look in this bathroom, I'm like, oh, like look at that. Like this. Like I have to actually redo I have to like touch up the bathroom somehow. I don't know how to touch this stuff up. And like I said, we're renting, so it's not like I can get it replaced or something. I know you can paint it on, but I'm not too sure how to do that. See, so like this, for instance, see, that's like a chip over here. And I have no idea how this resulted. See, there's a chip right here too. And then over here, see that yellowing part? It actually feels like it's really rough. So it's been here for a really long time before I came here. And it's smooth over here, but over here it feels kind of like the coating might have chipped off, and it's very porous feeling. I don't know what's causing this yellow corner. I have no idea, but clean as we tried, could not get this thing clean, and I have no idea how come that corner is so yellow. So yeah, so just to recap, I'm gonna be putting a shower head. I'm gonna be redoing the grout over here. And yeah, I'm gonna redo the grout, redo the shower head. I want to figure out what to do about this part, because every time I see it, it looks like a big dark abyss of grossness. And it's a combination of it's like rust here, and then all this I don't know what that is, but it's probably the same stuff that caused this part. Like this is actually a gouge here. I don't know how someone gouged it. I have absolutely no idea. Like, what do you drop in a bathroom, or what causes these kind of gouging? See that? It's not gouging. I mean, look at that. I have never seen a bathroom with this kind of chipping in my life. And it's actually like a pretty thick coating. So I imagine you paint over it, maybe? Paint? So yeah, that part. And then toilet, I'm gonna have to replace the toilet seat cover. I hate this toilet seat cover. See, this thing has a chip too. I don't know why all this stuff has chips. I have no idea why all this stuff is chipped. Chipped. And yeah. Oh, I have to show you guys this too. So my project tomorrow is not only that. I'm gonna get the tool in. I'm also going to be putting a shaving mirror in here. So I bought Lewis a shaving mirror. I want to install it right now. However, I can't because I don't know what ideal height things are for him. Yeah. He's about 2 inches taller than me. And I don't know where he likes to, where he would exactly want a shaving mirror. So wherever he says to put it, I'll put it over there. And that way, he does not have to go outside of the shower to shave. Because there is no bathroom mirror here. There's no bathroom mirror. If he wants to shave, he actually has to walk out of the bathtub and shave in the mirror right there. See that? That's my DIY mirror that's still up, by the way. And I figure, I'm like, well, it's not really time efficient to do that, because then he has to bring all his shaving stuff over here from the bathtub. So much easier if I just put a little mirror in here. And that's my plan tomorrow. And yeah, I want to make this space like from the most hated room in the whole apartment to one that I'm actually okay with. Yeah, it's yeah, it's I think it's because this room has so many problems in it. That's why I don't like it. It's not an organizational thing, but it's actually fixing things and patching things up like that. You guys remember the sink over here, the sink, the the toilet bowl, the bathtub. It's just so much. Oh, it's just so much, and yeah, I just think to myself, okay, Erica, you can take it one step at a time. So yeah, that. So tomorrow, grout day. Tomorrow's gonna be grout day plus bathroom mirror day. And after I do that, today my homework is to get a shower head, and I will be working on that. Let's see. Yeah, it's an old. Oh, finally the chat's working. Yeah, it's an old tub. I heard that this building is 100 years old. 100 years old. And the problem with that is that when you have a space that old, naturally a lot of things show a lot of wear and tear. That's why when I looked at this stuff, like you can see little pinholes here. And I don't know how to fix it. To be honest with you, I really don't know how to fix it. Because I can do grout, I can do a silicone grout, but with these like pinhole things over here, it's like, don't you have to redo it, or I don't know. Oh, what happened to the soap dispenser? Soap dispenser is still here. See, soap dispenser is still there. I just took it down, so it's kind of like Velcro strips, and then I'll just restick it back up. I'm not gonna do it too often, but I was showing you guys earlier how great that grout cleaner worked, and I didn't expect it to work so well, to be very honest with you guys, because a lot of this non-toxic, eco-friendly stuff, I'm so used to it being kind of wimpy-like, sorry, so wimpy-like that I don't expect it to have results. And I actually really like how clean it looks now. It might not be perfectly white like if I use bleach, but that's okay because, well, I rather have it this way than inhaling in all those bleach fumes, especially because there's really no ventilation here. And there's 3 cats, and I just don't want them to get harmed, and I definitely don't want to harm myself as well. Yeah, I was so busy scrubbing. Okay, here's the other thing too. Lewis really likes using Dr. Bronner's Castell soap. I hate using that stuff. And I'll tell you why I hate using it. Because it causes the worst soap scum ever, and it's also hard on the pipes. I used to use that a lot in Hawaii, but then I realized that, hey, I'm having such terrible soap scum. And I had the first clogged pipes I've ever had in a number of years, and it only started a couple months after I started using Bronner's. That's why I don't use Bronner's anymore. I refuse to use Bronner's. Instead, we're using this this other body soap, and I don't know how it's gonna work, but I know for a fact I'm not gonna have terrible soap scum. I remove so much of that soap scum, and the worst thing about Bronner's soap scum is it's thick and it's cakey and it's hard to remove. It wasn't that bad with the cleaner, but I've been kind of soaking it around in some areas. You can see like the yellowy parts. That's most likely the Bronner's still there. I just hate Bronner's so much. I hate what they do on pipes, and I hate the soap scum. Oh, grout cleaner. It's in the description. So I have it linked in the description for you guys. But it's this thing, Granite Gold. I didn't expect it to work as well as it did. Like I said, it's not perfect. It's not like perfectly bleach white, but it is so much better than what it was before. If you look at the earlier in the video, you'll see how much it made a difference. What they say is let it soak for about 2 to 5 minutes. I let it soak for about 5 to 10 minutes. I just, walk away and listen to a documentary and then come back. If it's a little dry, you can just scrub it and then spray a little bit more and then scrub again. But it also comes with this scrub brushy, which is super useful because if you're like me and you're a total noob having to do these things. See, in Hawaii, I didn't have tile. I didn't have this kind of tile thing, so I've never had a need for this kind of scrub brush with tile. the fact that it comes together is just amazing. And I think it's only about $6.88, which was surprisingly affordable for a non-toxic option. I did use quite a bit, but that's because we did have, quite a bit for me to clean here. I had to spray. But I think maintenance I'll use a lot less. I really like having this, so this will definitely be on my 2x cleaner to refill. I don't want to spend my time on other cleaners. And it's really hard to find a good cleaner. Some of you guys know, like when you buy cleaners, you got ones that say like, oh, we're gonna do the work, we're gonna make it so nice and so clean, and then you finally use it and it's all kind of like the same crap. Yeah, that bathroom plug, it's not the bathroom plug, it's the actual metal part. See that? Like, look at that. That looks like something you would find on the bottom of the ocean. I have no idea how old this thing is, but I imagine it's at least over a decade for sure. This building is 100 years old, you guys. I have not tried a grout pen yet. I've looked into it though. There is those grout pens where they say, hey, you can paint it white and that'll make things a little prettier. I don't think I'm gonna need to use it because, see, it looks pretty clean to me already. So this was like after, and then this was like, oh, here. This was like before, because I haven't touched this part yet. This was before, and this is after. And I know this is before and after because this is where the soap dispenser was. It was very easy to clean. Oh, Copaz, your building is 50 years old. Yeah, well, you have a 50-year-old building. This is a 100-year-old building. You know what the crazy thing about it? The crazy thing about this building is that I've heard that allegedly this building is worth $2.4 million. I think honestly, if this apartment was to go for sale, for sure it'd be over 400,000, which is crazy because it's like, there's just so many problems with this apartment. So many problems. Yeah, no, yeah, that's what I've seen online. It's like $2.4 million for this beautiful apartment that I always seem to be doing repairs around. It's the pipes are crap. The structure is crap. Oh, which reminds me, this is what I really want to place. Look at this. This is so terrible. Every time I see this, I just want to throw this thing out. So this is the heater. And you can see how rusted this thing is. It's by far the worst in the apartment. The other ones in the apartment look fine, but this one, I really think whenever I think of the bathroom, it reminds me of like finding something on the bottom of a saltwater ocean. You know, like where the Titanic is, like that. I don't know how I can get this thing replaced. I think I would have to ask the landlord. But it's 4 units, I believe. But I don't like this heater at all. The other reason I don't like this bathroom is it is a magnet for cat hair. So you'll see cat hair all around. I don't know why all the cat hair seems to flow into the bathroom for some unknown reason. I should just paint the heater. Ugh. I don't know if I can paint over this. See, this is like really bad rust. And then it's also chipping over here, so it's kind of ugh. I think I just need to buy this thing. I just want to buy a new cover and just, I think if I get this cover replaced, like this part and this part, it will look so much better. But the fact that I'm walking in and I see this thing right here, it's like, here. So like, for instance, you walk into the bathroom, you see that like ugly rusty thing, right? It's just, I don't know what's up with this thing. Oh, this is New York, Rob. That's a problem with New York. When it's New York, you can have an absolute dump, and it can command quite a bit of money just for being a dump. Scrub with wire brush, wipe it down, and paint it. That is paint. You can paint it though. Wouldn't it just be better for me to just buy a new one? Part of me wants to say, hey, landlord, can you buy a new one? Can you just, give me the new one and I will just paint over it? But in the lease, it actually says something like, if I remember correctly, it says something along the lines of all repairs and whatnot is the responsibility of the tenant. Yeah. It's a really great lease for a landlord. It's like, hey, if something breaks, you got to fix it. If you want to get something repaired, you pay for it out of pocket. Yeah, it's freaking. Yeah. Like, that's why you see me doing all sorts of repairs around the house, because it's the way the lease is. It's written in a way, it basically says something along the lines of, if you want to get anything upgraded or a fix, like, that's your responsibility as a tenant. It forces me to have to do my own modifications, and I've been recording it for you guys because, well, imagine this. Like, if you remember my first video that you remember on Lewis's live random channel, you guys saw me replace or put on outlet covers. It's because this place didn't have outlet covers, and I didn't have a toolkit at the time. And that's why I ended up using a butter knife. And I remember some of you guys were like, oh my gosh, she's using a butter knife. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's one of those small things where you think to yourself, it's kind of shocking that you can rent a place and not have an outlet cover on some of the outlets. Yeah, some of the outlets didn't have outlet covers, so I had to buy an outlet cover and do it. I thought we had a screwdriver around here, but I couldn't find one. And to be honest, outside of my pink toolkit, I still can't find a screwdriver around here. So if I didn't have that pink toolkit, there would be no screwdriver here still. Yeah, if it was like the water heater not working, then yeah, the landlord would be responsible for it. But for things like, the sink not working or certain small things around, like, that would be our responsibility. That's the reason why, like, if we have any plumbing issues, I'll try to fix it myself. And yeah, it's just it's one of those things. It's like, oh. Oh yeah, the butter knife stream is still on the live random channel, Joseph. Yeah, JP said the pink toolkit. Without it, I would be lost. Broken heat, no hot water, big issues, landlord. Yeah. So we have heat over here. Our hot water heater wasn't working one time, and then the landlord fixed it. I honestly think, though, that we got a smaller water heater, because I noticed that if I take a shower longer than about 20 minutes, the water gets colder. And it didn't happen with the old heater. So I can only assume that we have a smaller water heater now. It kind of sucks, but I guess that's water conservation. That's why Lewis usually takes his shower in the morning and I take my shower at night. That we don't have any overlap in the water heat usage. I don't want to take a shower, after him, and then afterwards I get like the cold water. Yeah, I like taking my shower. I'm kind of like Shamu, to be honest with you. My shower is like my little escape from the world. It is I don't know. It's like a water heater, I think. So you turn it on. Oh, by the way, do you see that? Do you see that? This is the Nightlight. I'll show it to you guys. So it's a super cool Nightlight. Clinton! See? Clinton's interrupting my stream again. Clinton, how come you're interrupting my stream? I just went out of the bathroom and you want to go up to me. Oh, this cat, this cat. So look at this. Ah. See? Aha! So I actually wanted to take this apart because I felt like the light was too bright. I'll show you guys. See? It's so much brighter. And now it's dimmer. My little solution to that was putting a plastic cap on top of it. See that? It's just a regular plastic cap. And I just put it on top of it to kind of block the thing. And it seems to be working. I'm going to open this thing up though, because I kind of want to see what the inner workings on. Yeah, it's much brighter without it. But here's the reason why I got it. I'll show it to you guys. So I'm gonna take this. Now, actually, so if you're here late at night, and let's say you want to go to the bathroom, right? See, so I know the bed is right here because the fan, see the little blue light here? I know the bed is right behind it, so I can get to the bed. But if you do not have that light at the halfway mark, you can't really find where the bathroom is. It's kind of like walking aimlessly in the dark. So I bought this nightlight, and it's been helping out immensely. So let me take this off. You guys will see. See how dark it is? It's really dark. So if you have to make that trip, see, I can find the bed, but if I have to go to the bathroom, this is the time where you take your phone out. And I don't like stumbling in the dark. Like I'm just like, okay, where do I go? No, this is the closet. Wait. And I can't believe we were doing that for months. That's why having this is so nice. If you guys have long stretches of darkness, I would highly recommend getting a nightlight. This is, I don't know, it's one of the GE nightlights. I really should link it in the description. But I like it because it flickers. I do find it to be a bit bright though. And that's why I put this little bottle cap on here. I don't know where the bottle cap was from. I just kind of save a few of them if I want to just use it for certain things. But yeah, that works. But put a glow in the dark sticker on the, yeah, I've actually accidentally kicked a cat or two while I've been walking in the darkness. And I hate it because if you wake up, let's say about 3 a.m., or if you're going to bed at 3 a.m., you're walking in the complete darkness and it's kind of disorienting how dark it is. Oh, yeah. Also, I do want to let you guys know that Oreo, or the cats, are no longer going to be on Costa Clean anymore. I've been putting the cats on a pretty restrictive food thing because I've been trying to isolate, you know, what's been going on with Oreo's poop issue. He's had a flare up, and I had them on this probiotic powder for a while. You guys might have remembered this was the first pre-probiotic powder, and then also the Costa Clean. And I remember thinking, hey, this probiotic powder is actually supposed to be helping them with poop issues as well as vomiting issues. That didn't work. I'm not saying it's a bad probiotic powder, but it didn't work with these 3 cats because they were still, you know, puking out their dry food quite a bit. And with Oreo had that flare up, I think about a week and a half ago. I said, okay, let me stop the probiotic. Let me stop the Cosequin. Let me put him on something new. I have him on this, what is it? Organic pumpkin powder. I know some of you guys were recommending it. I found this and I thought, oh, this is more, this is probably better for the cats because I don't have to keep opening a can. They say use about, what, 1-2 tablespoons for the cats a day. But I noticed they didn't like eating this on their wet food. And I kind of figured it's kind of like putting flour on top of something like, let's say, canned tuna. I imagine it gets kind of slimy and that's why they didn't like it. So today I've been putting it only on their dry food. They've been eating it. So I'm quite happy with that. And I've also been putting this on their dry food. So their dry food has this probiotic on it. And I was reading online, yeah, I do a lot of research about cat bathroom issues as well. There was one point, I think I was doing the laundry about 4 days in a row because of Oreo. And they say that, where was it? You see this one over here? It's called like S. Boulardii. They say it's actually supposed to be really good for cats. And it's supposed to help them something with like their intestines or recovering from irritation. I might be remembering wrong, but there was something about this one in particular that people were saying this little strain here is really good. It didn't have it in this one, so I decided to give it a shot. And yesterday, I told Lewis, I said, hey, the cats haven't been puking in a while. That's a really good thing. Maybe it was this, or maybe it was this. I was, and I was thinking, oh man, it might be both of it. I don't know, because I decided to take them off both of those and put them on this instead. But Oreo needs his Cosequin, in my opinion, because he's a senior cat and I felt like he was kind of slow. Yesterday, I decided to give them Cosequin. I put them on the dry food, and then Blackberry threw up. I put the Cosequin on the dry food again, and then Blackberry threw up again. I have a theory that Blackberry and the other cats do not react well to Cosequin. And the weird thing is that this tablet is supposed to be for under 10 pounds. And because all 3 cats are sharing this one pill, this is actually underdosing them. But I don't know. They just don't react. They don't seem to be reacting well to this. So I had a subscribe and save for this. I had to cancel it. And maybe it's a fluke. Maybe it's nothing. But I figure the 2 days that I put Cosequin back in the food, Blackberry's throwing up, I probably should stop it. Not saying that it's a bad supplement, but Blackberry might be allergic to it, and Clinton and Oreo, I can't really say, but I don't want to deal with cat puke, because dealing with cat puke, if I can avoid it, would be the ideal thing to do. No, because I haven't changed anything in the dry food at all. The dry food is always the same dry food. They're on this. So they've been on this for the last couple months. Oh, look at this guy. He really likes his dry food. Clinton. I know. I have to feed them soon. Yeah, so if I kept the dry food constant, and the only thing that changed was the Cosequin, then that tells me it's Cosequin. Most likely. That's it. So that's the thing about dealing with cats. You have to kind of be mindful about, what their reaction is. If at some point it got so bad with them puking, that's why I got them that pre-probiotic powder. Oh, look who came here. Hello. Also, I've been combing the cats every day. I decided that I should really listen to common sense, and what people were saying, they said, hey, if you want to reduce the cat hair on your laundry or around the house, you should comb them every day. So this is the cat hair that I've collected from the cats in the last 3 days. Look at that. They shed so much fur. And the weirdest thing is that the most amount of fur that I've seen around the apartment that seems to stand out to me the most is the cat with white fur. I've been seeing white fur around the apartment, and I can only imagine which cat has white fur on him. So Oreo's been getting combed, Blackberry's been getting combed, Clinton has been getting combed, and the setup that I have right here was actually made possible by, I think, Teresa. Head up. So I have one cat grooming brush right on the couch, right next to the brown couch over there, and in the middle of the apartment, whoops, I put this over here. So I have two grooming brushes in the apartment, kind of spaced out. One's closer to the bed. See, the bed's over there, and the one's back there. And I figure that if they want to get combed, it's so much easier for me to just, comb them. And I'm making it simpler, more simple for me, and it works for them too. So, yeah. So if you guys have to comb your cats, buy multiple grooming brushes, because if you have them around the house, it's so much easier, you guys. It really. On the other side of the apartment, like if I'm over here, I have to walk all the way over to like the kitchen area just to grab the brush, and by then, the cat might not be as close to me. But Clinton likes getting brushed. I was telling Lewis that, hey, I figure if I'm okay with petting the cat, I should be okay with combing the cat as well, right? Yeah, so combing the cat is good because it's more of a massage to them. That's what I think. And it also prevents cat hair from going all around the apartment. And when I do find cat hair, look at this guy. He really likes getting combed. Clinton really likes getting combed. Yeah, Lewis was telling me, he said, Clinton and Barry like getting pet aggressively. And I said, what do you mean pet aggressively? And he says they really like getting pet hard. And I realized that, no, they don't really like getting pet aggressively. Like, not like this. They like getting combed. I know. I think he's had too many combs now. Okay. Do you hear that? You hear that? See? That's one thing about Clinton. Lewis will never mention this, but I kind of think Clinton is very, he's definitely like a tomcat. He has a short fuse. Like, between the three cats, I can tell you Oreo is by far the chillest. Blackberry is the most polite. Oh. I said chillest, and look at Oreo. He assumes a super chill stance. But Clinton he's the most irritable by far. If he does not want something done to him, like if he doesn't want to get combed, he will let you know. If he wants you to stop petting him, he will hiss at you. And yeah, it's that's why I think it's kind of strange. Like, I think, like, I almost want to say, like, I kind of feel like it's socialization, but it's kind of strange because Oreo, as you guys know, he was on the street for I don't know how long, and look at this guy. He's a total house cat. And Barry was taken away from her mother a little too early, but Clinton is just, if you ask me who spent longer time on the street, I would say Clinton would seem more of, he was like closer to a feral than Oreo. Yeah. Clinton's that kind of cat. If he wants attention from you, he'll start screaming and screaming, and he'll like meowing and meowing and meowing, and I'll ask him what it is, and I'll pet him, and he still wants more attention. And then if I see he has food and water, it's not because of that, I'll be like, okay, Clinton, if you want to start yelling at me, I'm going to pick you up. And I pick him up, and I give him a hug. So I give him a hug similar how you guys see me pick up Oreo. He lived along. So for instance, I'll pick up Clinton like this. See? So I'll just pick him up and I'll just hold him like this. And well, Oreo's like the big kitty baby actually. I think of Oreo like a little baby. Hello. But Clinton absolutely hates it. Even if I support him, but I just kind of cradle him in my arms, Clinton hates it. And he really scratched me on the face. he just kind of go and just like he full like that. I'm like, whoa. Yeah, I don't know what it is about Clinton, but he's very, very temperamental. He is. So I keep my distance from Clinton sometimes because he gets in a sour mood much more easily than Oreo and Barry. Barry is always very polite and sweet most of the time, but Clinton is just Oreo's more appreciable of luxury life. Yeah, I was telling Oreo, I said I want to comb him every day, and I want him to feel like he's a very special cat. You know when you see those really pretty cats on Instagram or YouTube, they look very plush, right? And I figured they probably get really good food and they get lots of combing and grooming, and I want Oreo to be like that because I kind of think maybe his upbringing in the past wasn't the best. I wouldn't be surprised if Oreo had multiple owners and people just kind of threw him out. So I want him to feel like a very special and loved kitty, and he's very handsome. Even if he has a pooping issue, that's my little promise to Oreo. But I think of him like a little guy, and I'm like, Oreo, I just want you to be a little influencer cat. Even though he's not gonna ever have like his own big YouTube following like some cats, I just want him to know that he's very loved. Oreo. Oh. Yeah, it's an ongoing process with this cat. I've told some of you guys in the past, I kind of consider Oreo sometimes to be like special needs, because there are times where he doesn't really have too much common sense, and he'll beg me for food. Like I remember 2 days ago, he was crying at me for food, and I was like, Oreo, there's food in the dish, like eat food. And he was kind of confused, and I had to physically put him in front of the dish, and then and then he kind of understood. I was like, yeah, Oreo, there was food in the dish. And I think it's it's part of the thing about taking care of a cat, right? They're not always going to be cute and sharp, and maybe they can't really groom themselves as well. Like I kind of wonder if I kind of wonder if grooming them every day will really help them in their life. And I think it will, because they're getting older. And one of the things that I was reading about geriatric cats is they say that sometimes the cats can't really clean themselves as good as they used to. So having me helping out with a little sticker brush or a wire brush, I think will provide them a lot of probably make their life a little easier. I know swiping them 2 times with this brush would be much better than what they can achieve with their little tongues. Yeah, the thing about Clinton though is that he knows he's not threatened. It's just that he's very demanding, and he gets agitated very easily. Like if I introduce the cats to randomly to any stranger, I guarantee you that Oreo's the best socialized. That's God. That's one of the reasons why I think he was a really good store cat, because he would actually greet customers. So customers would walk in, and he would sit by the front door, and when people would come in, he would meow at them, and they would pet him. I know Barry wouldn't do that for sure. She's too shy. Look at that. She's just staring at me. Barry. She just kind of sits there. And Clinton might be yowling all the time, so that's a no-go either. Yeah, so we got the brush here, and I'm kind of collecting all the cat hair in a bag. I was reading, they say that for birds, if they're making a nest, having cat hair is really beneficial to their nest. So I want to collect a bag of it, and this kind of encourages me to comb them every day. After I collect a good sized bag of this, maybe in a week, who knows? They say you can put it on top of bushes and just kind of scatter it out like that or something, and then the birds might pick it up and use it for nesting material. I'd rather have a bird take it for their nest and have it really soft for a baby bird than it going in the trash. So, yeah. Yeah, I really want Oreo to visit the new store, but right now with everything going on and because they're disinfecting things left and right, it's not really good to have, Mr. Poopy Butt walk around the store, waddle around the store. Yeah, so when this whole situation hopefully resolves itself and calms down, then maybe Oreo can visit the store more often. He hasn't even been to the new store yet. They got construction done. After they got construction done, they opened and things were coming in. I think I remember telling you guys, I said, there's so many boxes here. If we bring Oreo, Oreo's going to get lost in a box. And now we got the virus thing going around. So, yeah, Oreo's staying at home. But he has actually, I really want to set up Oreo's workstation. JP sent a cat house. Someone sent a cardboard laptop scratcher. Oh my goodness, it was so adorable, you guys. It's a scratching post. It's like a scratching cardboard scratching box, but it looks like a laptop. It kind of looks like a generic MacBook of sorts, and I thought, oh, that would be perfect for him. And of course, he has his food and water bowl still at the new store, along with kitty litter. Yeah, he's really good for boosting employee morale. Hello there, Blackberry Cat. Nah, I think he'll just visit him and he'll not stay overnight. But can you imagine Lewis going on his buffet with little Oreo? And Lewis's clippings scatter around your apartment will keep the deer away. I have no idea if she appreciated the card months ago, Joseph. It was actually his friend, if I remember correctly. He said that he's such a frugal person that he bought these cards for I think 25 cents a papyrus. Normally those cards were like $4, but the store was going out of business. So he bought it, and I know it definitely wasn't it was definitely addressed to something else, but he kind of just made it work with his female friend. I have no idea what happened to that. No idea. Getting Oreo to wear a mask. What do you mean the power outlets are turned upside down? I'm not seeing it. No, that's the right way. Oh, I don't mind about people wanting to pet Oreo. I remember I was at the news store, and then a woman walked in and she said, "Oh, is Oreo here?" And we had to say, "No, Oreo's back at home." And yeah, she remembered Oreo last time she brought her computer in, and I thought that was really sweet. I was like, "Yeah, Oreo greeted a lot of customers from what I heard." He used to stay in the front, kind of like where Kevin's desk is in the front of the old store, and just wait there. Just wait for customers, and they come in, and he would meow at them. I was telling Lois, I said I'm more worried about how someone could easily kidnap Oreo. Like if you're not paying attention to Oreo sitting on the front, I mean this guy would not put up a struggle, I tell you that. You could just pick him up, put him in a duffel bag and just walk out. I can't even guarantee if he'll make a peep or not. Need more storage in the apartment. I was thinking about it, but the problem is that there's not really much space to put in. So for instance, right, I can't put a storage I can't put a shelf over here because it'll be blocking the breaker, and I can't put one over here because his acoustic panels are over there. Yeah, I didn't really want to touch his acoustic panel, so I just left it there. If I did put a storage cabinet, it would probably be best right there. And it wouldn't work here either because when I did the measurements, it would actually be blocking the heater thing. That's why we have the ironing board over there. Yeah, but I did want to buy another storage cabinet. I just can't find a good place to put it. Maybe there, just kind of move things around. But yeah, the space here is not that great. Really, it is not that great. Put it above the door. Oh, that reminds me. Yeah, so let's talk about the great wall stuff. Like, I don't know what happened here. Like, what was this? This was some kind of adhesive strip. Maybe when I get around to it, I remove. Like, look at that. I don't know what was that. Who knows? And then we also have this wonderful, great bubble here. Oh yes, look at that great bubbly paint. Yep, this is a very high-end apartment. As you can tell. Ah, that goes all the way up to the ceiling. All the way up to the ceiling. And then, yeah. Hello. I used to keep this actually up here, but when Clinton plays with this thing, he kind of tilts it a little, and then this actually causes it to fall off. So I got to figure out a good place to put it. In the meantime, it just goes between the two couches. And in case you guys aren't aware, the reason why I have the bubble wrap here, the cat's actually scratched all the way down there. Sure. No, it's water damage. It definitely is water damage. Yeah, definitely water damage. And then that's the cane that was from 186 that I used to fish out the cat toys from underneath the couch that I love so much. Yeah, so I really like how the apartment's turning out though. Bathroom is still my least favorite room in the apartment, but other than that, I think it looks kind of nice. I put these nice curtains here. See that? Can I share? I might buy another set. I'm not too sure. But I like it because it looks kind of nice. And then, of course, I got these things. We got the AC unit up now. And I'm just going to keep the window insulation because when it comes in December, just grab the tape and just tape it back down. This thing, I don't know how long it takes you guys to do window insulation, but window insulation, me doing it by myself, I thought to myself, geez, I can't imagine people cutting this thing to size every freaking year. I'm just going to keep it on all year. I don't want to keep cutting it and rebuying it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So our out of place broom over there, that's because when they jump, they jump out and they trick so much cat litter. I want to sweep it up right away. There was really not really many places I could put it, maybe over there, but my go-to place is right here because it's right next to the cat. So after they do their business, I can just sweep right after them. But yeah, so there's the red panels and then my little decorations over there, and little poinsettias and toilet stuff, but he does. Oh no, the fireplace doesn't open. Also, I was reading something online, And they said that clay litter is actually very environmentally damaging. They said that it doesn't biodegrade and hard on the it's hard on the earth because they have to basically do strip mining. I was thinking about moving the cats to something a little bit more eco-friendly and sustainable, but I'm not too sure how pine litter or world's best cat litter would be. I don't like the idea of them pooping in a substance where it just doesn't degrade ever. So, yeah. But Dr. Elsie's is really good cat litter. I like it a lot, but I just don't want to think about, Oriole's poop never degrading into the earth. Oh, I don't know how long his lease is. Hello, Oreo. 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 Oreo, do you need help? Also, look at this. I've had to fix this a few times. Sorry. I should have done a repair stream on this because this thing looked absolutely terrible before. Like, this thing was clearly bent back. If you guys want to know how it looked like before, if you guys watched the How Lewis Found Oreo video, and you see the part where Lewis grabbed Oreo from the closet and tossed him on the bed, you'll see the heater was in such a state of shambles. It looked like it was basically deconstructed. That's how the heater basically looked like when I arrived here. It is steam, I believe, because I can hear the water coming out late at night. But we don't have the heater on. I've been doing the very eco-friendly thing, which is open the window. Open the window. Yeah, save energy, save electricity. I was reading a thread on Reddit today where, actually not today, it was a couple of days ago, where people were saying, what habits have you changed since the lockdown? And for me, I've really been thinking about energy consumption a lot. I don't want to be running the AC too much. I'd rather just do the window because the window is free and AC costs money. I know. And it's also energy, right? You don't want to waste energy for that kind of stuff. I've been thinking about like environmental impacts, so that's why I've been focusing on things like kitty litter and thinking about non-toxic options. It's all these little changes that I feel that, hey, if you make small little changes, eventually, like, they all add up. Small little things every so often. What happened to the floor in the patch in front of the couch? Was it burned? Oh, that? I have no idea. That was here before me. I have no idea. I have no idea. Yeah, it's no way to avoid. I mean, like the kitty litter stuff. Of course, I know that whatever you pick for kitty litter, right? It's going to be destroying something. However, I want to think about kitty litter that's a little bit more biodegradable. I don't want to think about Oreo's poop not degrading the next 30 years. So, world's best cat litter is something I'm looking into. There was some like coconut husk litter, but it's not really a high priority item because we have like a bunch of cat litter over there. But when I'm running on the last bag, I will have to think about what choices I want to make for that. Oh, aren't I? Actually, there's a screen on it. There's a screen, so I don't see the cats pushing through the screen. Yeah, he did. Clinton clawed his way out of that screen. However, if you guys remember, I've replaced that screen. Clumping corn cob and pine litter. Yeah, that's what I've heard. I've heard like clay litter, it clumps nicely and it's easier to scoop. Have you ever tried world's best cat litter? I've heard that's good, but I have no experience with it. What I really wanted to try was the horse bedding, because I heard that was really frugal and eco-friendly, but I don't know. We are not near any Tractor Supply places to buy it very affordably. Yeah, and World's Best cat litter is supposedly really good. I think Elsie's and World's Best is like the top rated on Amazon. What I don't want is I don't want to switch to kitty litter and then Oreo decides, no, I don't want to poop in here. I'm gonna poop outside again. Ah. Central Park has horse stables. Yeah, I don't want to take a cab ride or a subway train just for the cat litter either. I want it to be delivered to us. Like even the Elsie's, that litter is 40 pounds, and all I have to do is lug it up the stairs. But jeez, lugging that thing up the stairs some days, I'm like, ark. Not nearly as bad as lugging up that dryer though. That was painful. That was really painful. You know what? I've heard of Nature's Miracle. They don't have Nature's Miracle anymore. I think I saw it at Petco once in a blue moon. Oh, hello there. Look at that. The predator is coming in. Alright. Pull aside the window. No, no sand. No sand. Hello. Hello, handsome. Hold on. Come here. You wanna come up? Come here, little one. Oh, my little baby. He's on guard duty. And I know he sleeps on the job a lot, though. That's a problem. So he's not a very good guard. Oreo was sleeping on the job so much that Lewis decided to get a alarm system. He couldn't trust Oreo. I haven't tried the dryer, to be honest with you guys. I bought an indoor venting pipe, indoor exhaust pipe. I want to see how that works. I bought the filters as well. So I want to set all that up, and after I set that up, I'm going to test it. However, from what I've been hearing online, I don't need to run heat to get rid of the cat hair. I want to experiment with it and do the laundry first. I heard they say put the dirty laundry inside of the dryer for about 10 minutes to remove the cat hair. And all you have to do is tumble dry it so it doesn't use any heat. And after you do that, then put the laundry in the wash, air dry it. And after that, I'm thinking about putting it back in the laundry. So that would be two rounds of 10-minute tumble dry cycles. Yeah, Oreo would greet the robbers like any customer. He'd probably smile at them and then probably say, oh, what a cute kitty, and then kidnap him as well. Oreo, I think you would get kidnapped. I think you'd get kidnapped. Tidy Cat is clay litter, though, right? The dry filter should be coming in within the next week. I think it should be coming. Yeah, I think I said week and a half last time, so I think it's about a week or so. Anyway, when it comes in, it'll come in. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid clay. I wanna pursue like the other routes of it and see how they react to pine litter and blah blah. But if that doesn't work, I'm gonna have to go back to Elsie's. I don't mind using Elsie's because it seems to work for the cats. What I don't want is the cats not to use the cat litter. That's my concern about it. The coconut one, for instance, that I was reading, some of them, they come in like 5-pound bags. It's like $14 for 5 pounds. I'm like, what? Gosh. And then they say even the coconut fiber ones, they can trick it around, or it looks like they have dirt on their paws. I'm like, no, no. So corn cob litter, maybe sawdust kind of thing. I don't know. I'm gonna see how that works. Yeah, I haven't tested the dryer yet. I've used it for like a couple minutes, but I don't really feel comfortable about running it too long without the exhaust pipe or the filters. Titan. Okay, there you go. I have no idea where my other tripod went. We had two, and now there's only one. I have no idea what happened to it. Does it get warm? I haven't run it long enough to tell you if it can get warm or not. I've only run it for about 1 minute, and that was it. Oh, the ammonia smell. Yeah, I try to scoop their litter at least once a day. But sometimes, man, that cat smell. Whew. Oh, that's smart. The debris got released from the pulse. Yeah, the thing is that when Oreo jumps out, right? He gingerly walks out. Blackberry gingerly walks out. Clinton actually leaps out of that litter box. He actually does a leap. So when he jumps, all this litter shoots out and it makes this huge mess on the floor. I don't know why he decides to jump out of the litter box. I wonder if it's because he got used to the old litter box, see that he had to jump out, but this is like half the length. He just can't walk right out like a gentleman. He has to run out. And it scatters so much kitty litter all around the place. Nah, it's not that bad. It's because this box is really large. So it works out well. I rather have see before they used to have 3 boxes for them. It didn't work out well because sometimes the cats would only like to use 2 boxes and they leave 1 box empty, and I don't know why. And it became such a pain. I thought to myself, why is there 3 litter boxes if for 3 cats if they're just gonna basically do all their business in only 2 boxes? Yeah, JP sent this litter box, so it really works amazingly. I would have never ever picked this box out because at the time I've always heard like, oh, cats should have 1 box each for themselves or something like that. They don't really like sharing litter boxes. I forgot what it was, but having this 1 box for 3 cats works perfectly fine. Nah, I think Clinton just has too much power within him. He's so used to jumping out of that those upright litter boxes that he can't imagine stepping out calmly. By the way, look at Oreo. Okay. John, how would you say Oreo sleeps? What does Oreo sleeping position tell you? So he just kind of curls up like that. He usually sleeps right between us, like right there. But when I get up to use the bathroom, sometimes in the middle of the night, he'll actually take up my whole side. So he'll decide to sleep horizontally right here. And then I'll be like, Oreo, you're taking up my whole side of the bed, and then I'll move him around. He's cozy. Let's see. Oreo, how are you? Yeah. So usually Oreo takes up like half my pillow sometimes. And I have to, yeah, he takes up half my pillow sometimes. I'm like, Oreo, I need more space. I know you don't need to take up as much space as I do. He likes to sleep diagonally. So sometimes his head will be over here, and then his butt will be over here. So he takes up a lot of space for a little cat. Hmm. Dog sleeping positions. Oh. Mario. Yeah, we get the back of his head. Oh, he actually has a heating bed, but he hasn't really been using it. He's been sleeping all over the place. He's next to his one true love, which is a cardboard bed right now. He kind of jumps from things that he really likes. Sometimes he likes his toilet cover. Sometimes he likes cardboard. Sometimes he likes cat bed. Sometimes he likes memory foam. I can't, but most of the time he likes sleeping on the bed. Like he can't wait till we go to sleep. He has a lot of places to sleep. Sometimes he likes the Trader Joe's paper bags. And his dog takes up half the bed. Yeah, it's that horizontal thing, isn't it? They just like sleeping stretched out. And like, sometimes I think we need to have a bigger bed, but that'd just be only more space for Oreo to sleep on. Oh, and sometimes Oreo sleeps right here, as you know. This was my DIY cat step. So he sleeps right here. See that? I don't know if you guys can see it. It's probably pretty dark here. But he sleeps there sometimes. JP has a biting cat. Oh no, what is this? Yeah, that's the thing. Like sometimes when I think Oreo kind of slows down, like he's not very active, I kind of worry his arthritis. That's why I was putting him on Costa Queen, but I think Blackberry is not doing very well with it, and as a result of that, I'm gonna have to put him on something else. I heard like MSM or something like that. It might work better. And it's like going down a laundry list of things and seeing what sticks. Lewis was telling me, he said, uh, he's kind of concerned about, let's say, like Clinton's eyesight. He feels like Clinton doesn't see as well as he used to, and I was telling him that it comes with old age. And when you hear about older cats, you hear about them. They have difficulties with mobility. Some of them doesn't eat too much. Others of them are more lethargic. They lose their eyesight. Some of them go deaf. Or they have problems with their bowel movements, or bathroom issues. Yeah, it's Clinton is 11, I think. 11. I don't know how old Oreo is. Clinton is not nearly as fast as he used to be. And sometimes when we give him food, he won't be able to spot the treat. Like I can toss him treats and he might miss two of them. So now it's gotten to a point, like before Clinton he used to hog all the treats, but I noticed sometimes he just can't see treats or so that Barry can take the treats. Like he'll just walk away thinking nothing's there. I think Clinton is 11. Oreo is at least 8, but I think Oreo's older than that because only his microchip was registered 8 years ago. That doesn't mean that he's an 8-year-old cat. I wish I knew how old Oreo was. I wish I really knew his backstory. Clinton, we have a pretty good idea of his backstory. Oreo, not so much. Clinton was, I think, a couple months old when Louis adopted him. Oh no, definitely not. Clinton is not known for his for being a giving guy. Yeah, he's not known for that. So yeah, it's one of those geriatric things. Yeah, Clinton's slowing down. His vision, I can tell, is kind of getting a little worse. Not saying he's blind or anything. He's definitely not, but we can kind of tell his vision is not as sharp as it used to be. Oreo's on standby mode as usual. But I want to put them on some kind of joint supplement. I think it would be good for them. So the cats are on a lot. I want to put them on like a number of like supplements to help ease them through older years. I feel like preventative is really the way to go. Especially because Clinton is pretty active. He likes to sprint, so I don't want him to have any I want if he has any inflammation of his joints as he gets older, just make it a little easier for him. Oh yeah. Yeah, so if you look around, you can see Oreo is the only cat around me. See? There's no other cat. No Barry, no Clinton. He's the most cuddle bug of the three. He's the friendliest. Far. He's a people person, not so much a cat person. He loves people. Doesn't really get along with the cats that well. Not it's not that he's mean to them. He doesn't have a mean bone in his body. It's the cats don't like him. Barry sometimes hisses at him. Clinton doesn't really like him because he's a guy. They don't bully Oreo, but in terms of the hierarchy of cats, Oreo's on the bottom. He is when Barry is aggressive to him, he kind of backs off. And Oreo's actually the bigger cat than Barry too. But I think he's just a gentleman. Oh. Oh yeah. No, you're really tired, aren't you, Oreo? Goodness, what time is it? 10:16. Is Lil still streaming right now? I have no idea. Where did he stop? Oh, he stopped. Okay, okay, yeah. Mm. Copaz, I trust your estimation more than JP's. An hour ago. Man. I was wondering when he was gonna show up. I have no idea. He might show up in like 30 minutes, an hour. He doesn't. He comes home pretty late. That's one of the reasons why when I make him dinner, I feel like his dinner goes ice cold by the time he gets home. I made him 2 burritos, by the way. I made him I made him like a mushroom spinach and rice with cilantro and onions and black beans. And then I put a crushed up tostada in there today. Yeah, fried rice kimchi burrito. That sounds good. I gotta get some kimchi. I really want to buy some kimchi. But there's no kimchi around us. It's not a... I can't think of an Asian restaurant around us. Yeah. Which reminds me, yesterday I went to Taco Bell in case I didn't share it on here. Oh my goodness. I have to say, I don't understand why there's delivery for Taco Bell because Taco Bell is not so good when you take out. I think I got home about 20 minutes after I picked it up. It was soggy. My chips were soggy. My soft shell taco was cold. It wasn't the same. Wasn't the same. I wish it was. I miss eating Taco Bell inside a Taco Bell restaurant. But I heard Taco Bell has this pineapple freeze, and that's supposedly really good, except it wasn't at the Taco Bell I was at. I love Taco Bell. I love their triple layer nachos. Triple layer nachos with black beans and like pico de gallo. That's good. Or sometimes you want to add like a spicy sauce on there. That's good. I love Taco Bell. I even miss those churros. Oh. What are you? Or do you have to do this while on stream? Or can you do this on like another stream? I don't know what. How many times have you guys seen Oreo groom himself on stream? I remember that one Eli reaction video. Like Oreo responds to Eli hitting 1 million subscribers. Oh my goodness, he decided to lick his butt during that time. I was like, oh, Oreo of all the times to do this. He really likes Eli's stream though. It's very calming to him. Okay. Let's see. If I could eat Taco Bell, what would I eat right now? I would have a Baja Blast. I would try that pineapple freeze, triple layer nachos, my usual, with the black beans and the pico de gallo. And maybe a crunchy taco. Yeah, that's what I'd have right now. It's not the same with takeout. I don't want to walk on the street and start eating my food either because people are walking around me, so I have to grab the food and then come back here. Yeah, I love Taco Bell very, very much. My own burritos is not the same. I'm sure it's higher quality stuff, but it's not the same. Not the same as all that sodium filled goodness with like the spicy queso sauce and things like that. What food do I miss from home right now? Oh gosh. I miss eating Zippy's chili. I miss eating a Laliha Bakery cream puff. I miss eating a shave ice cone. Shave ice, like a zuki bean shave ice. I miss musubis. I miss Korean yakiniku. I miss kimchi. I basically miss like a lot of Asian food. That's what I really miss. What else do I miss? I miss eating sushi. Yeah, Korean food. I really miss that right now. Korean food. I even miss eating like Chinese dim sum. Oh, it's so good. Oh, man, Oreo. If I had some Chinese food, that would be good right now. Yeah, I could make sushi. Yeah, I could make sushi. I could. I would just make like a tuna kimbap. Like tuna mayo kimbap. That's what I would make right now. But I don't have tuna and I don't have mayo on me and I don't have nori. Uh, oh, plate lunch. Oh, that's good too. Oh, beef stew. Yeah, yeah. I used to eat. Yeah. And yeah, so I'm a big fan of beef stew. Really big fan of beef stew. Ah, ah. No, Copas. I mean, I can walk to a grocery store and get tuna. That's not the issue. Copas, you don't have to. I can get tuna myself. But yeah, I'm a big fan of beef stew. There's nothing as comforting to me as beef stew. I like it's just so savory and I think it's filling and it's nice and warm, especially during the winter time. Like when you're cold or if you feel cold and you just eat like beef stew and rice. Oh my gosh, it's so warming. I used to eat like eating lamb too. There's like a Chinese way of making lamb. I forgot what I think it has like sherry or something in there. It's like a Chinese spiced flavored lamb bits. Oh, that's really tasty. Yeah, but I've been trying to be very mindful about making meat. Like I do not store. I try not to cook any meat or store any meat in the uh, refrigerator because Lewis is a vegetarian, as you guys are aware of. Oh gosh, Oreo, are you really? Oreo, you know those Instagram cats do not take video of themselves in this compromising position, right? Oh gosh. Ah, jeez. Okay, Oreo, I'm just gonna like look away from you. Okay, all right. Oh, gee. Okay, well the good thing is that he looks very dedicated on cleaning his butt. The bad thing is I didn't expect him to do it right now. He is he's against he's a vegetarian. He doesn't like the taste of meat, but also he's against animal slaughter. So I do buy meat and I do eat meat once in a while, but I don't cook in front of him, that's for sure. So he when he thinks of meat as, disgusting and inhumane. So um and I told him, I said, I understand about animal rights and I understand about, you know, wanting to make sure an animal lives the right life. However, my belief is that for certain people out there, they function better eating animal products than just cutting it out. When I think about civilization and I think about a lot of cultures out there, right? I think that meat and dairy and cheese has served as one of those foods that has really um, pushed humanity to progress in terms of nutritionally. I and maybe I'm mistaken or you guys can disagree with me here, but when I think about like the primitive people, they were eating meat. And cutting out one whole food group for me that something like my ancestors ate for X amount of years, and culturally, a lot of Asian food has meat in it, or even, a lot of a lot of cultures have meat dishes, or that's kind of like entree here. It's it makes me a little wary of cutting it out completely and just thinking, oh, I can get all my nutrition that I need from, let's say, tofu or beans instead. I know, like, I feel off after a while, so that's why I still eat meat. I feel lethargic sometimes, and I remember I made this stream in the past, something about like diet advice, where I hadn't really eaten meat in about like a month or so, and I I just felt terrible that day, and I bought some lamb. I felt so much better. And yeah, it was just something in it. To me, it was like a really freaking tasty lamb too. It was just like salt, pepper, and butter lamb. It wasn't like artfully prepared or anything, but I thought this was a glorious piece of lamb. And that just tells me that if my body wants to eat meat, then I should follow it. But I know there's certain things that are bad for me that I want to eat. Like if I want to eat like a cookie, that's not nutritionally good, but at least it fulfills a craving. And I don't want to live a life where if I want to eat something, I'm depriving myself completely. Yeah, that's the other thing too, John. I'm not a big person on supplements. Like I'm really bad at supplementation, and I I know that some people, they say like you can get everything you need from certain pills like multivitamins and um certain like B12s, or I forgot what it was, but I'm not a pill taker. And I've always been one of those people. It's like if I have a craving to eat something, I want to eat it. I don't want to live a life where I hear about certain people, it's like they have cravings for certain things, but they feel guilty about eating it. So, for instance, right? Let's say if I was a vegan and I really, really wanted to eat ice cream, right? I would have to have ice cream substitutes. Like if I wanted to eat Ben and Jerry's, like a certain flavor that they don't have, like an almond milk or vegan thing, I would just have to say, well, just go without or try to find a substitute. I don't want to live a life like that. I really don't. If I'm not having an allergic reaction to something, I don't want to keep thinking about I want to eat this, but I can't, or I have a craving for this, but I can't. And if I eat this, then it's wrong. And I've had conversations with a few people where they are vegetarian or vegan, and they talk to me about food cravings, and I don't push them to eat it, but I hear them out. Hungry noise? Oh, the window's open, so it could just be noises on the street or something. So when you deal with like animal products, there can always be suffering in anything, right? For instance, milk is produced, I heard, by when a cow is pregnant or after they give birth to them. So for cows, they continually have to be impregnated or milked for X period of amount of time. And people can say, well, you might be, hurting the cow because you're milking them continuously. I have heard people say that you can milk a cow, and as long as you don't take too much from it, like a certain amount, then it's fine. And there are certain small time farmers that really pride themselves on taking care of their cows, and I forgot what it was, but there was like a mom and cow kind of farm. I think it was in the UK or something, and the person was talking about how she felt it was really important to take care of her cows and things like that. But yeah, I mean, there's always a chance of exploitation on anything, on any level. It's like some people, they say like um, honey, for instance, honey is unethical to eat because the the bees are working hard to produce food that we steal from them. And other people would say, well, you should consume honey because you really should support local beekeepers, and the bees help pollinate crops all around, and a lot of the fruit that we eat, we need the bees. So if the beekeepers can make more money from selling the honey, then there's nothing wrong with it, especially if the bees keepers are ethical and they're not taking too much honey at a time or causing too much strain to their bees. It's it's like a fine balance. It's the way, people how people see a situation. For me personally, I buy honey. However, I only buy honey that from what I pick up, is locally produced or ethically produced as much as possible. I buy honey from like small time farms or people or companies who pride themselves on being more ethical. Yeah, so but you read certain things where they say um you'll read certain things like vegans, they refuse to buy honey because of that. And yeah, I can understand it. They don't want to put products or buy products that they feel like an animal was working to produce or could be used for themselves rather than us taking it. Yeah, I believe in I believe in honey and wound healing. And if you have a sore throat, like if I have a sore throat, I will make tea with like honey and sip on that. So yeah, in case anyone's a little confused, I'm not a vegan, I'm not a vegetarian. I try to minimize the amount of meat that I eat, but I don't feel comfortable, completely taking it out of my diet. Oh, there's actually a really good yogurt brand, or it's called Brown Cow. Loki, if you have tried that, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Brown cow yogurt, the cream rises on top. It's so good. It is so tasty. I have not seen it for a while, at least in the stores near me, but it's so tasty. Yeah, I think that, if you if you're a meat eater, you should be aware of where your meat comes from. Push for farms to be more ethical. Like the eggs that we buy is pasture raised eggs, free range pasture raised eggs. I think they're about $2 more. I think we pay about $4.59 for a dozen of them. But if I figure, hey, at least the chickens can roam around and see the sunlight. In traditional egg laying places, the chickens don't see sunlight. They're trapped in a cage basically most of their life, or indoors, and they peck themselves because they're too confined. So that's the way I see it. Like, hey, that's being a little bit more humane, or supporting farms that treat their animals a little nicer. I've told Lewis, I said, hey, do you want to visit an ethical farm with me? So a farm where they raise animals and they invite people to check it out. So they say, hey, if you want to see how we raise your animals, feel free to swing on by. And but he wasn't interested in it. So but I think as meat eaters, or if you or if you're a meat eater, or if you're kind of curious about animal welfare, checking out a farm would be incredibly eye-opening. And checking out a humane farm, or what is deemed as a humane farm, it's I'm kind of curious to see how it is. I've seen videos on YouTube where they show grass-fed cows, eating grass, and they're in huge, wide, open fields in upstate New York. And I think that's a really kind of beautiful looking life for a cow. You go out, you bask in the sunlight, you eat fresh grass, and then hopefully, when their time comes, it's done quickly. But I can't be too sure about that. But it's one of the reasons why I kind of support home kills for animals. If you kill the animal on the property, it's a lot more stress free than transporting them hundreds of miles, right? In a cramped, confined place if they have no food or water. I've seen some pretty um, serene home kills where they bring out these pigs, and the pigs are on the grass like they've been on there for hundreds of times, and then the farmer brings a bowl of treats for the pigs, and the pigs are eating that, and they're really happy. And then the farmer brings out, you can kind of figure what else, what it is, and puts it to the middle of the skull for the pig, and the pig gets instantly dispatched. That to me is, the way that people should slaughter animals. It's quick, it's painless. They don't feel fear. They're not taken away from their what they perceive to be their home, and it's done in a very respectful way. And that's something that I really do support. There are some people, some small time farmers, that they really care about their animals, multi-generational. I think there is a idea that's pushed by certain individuals that say, well, if you're a farmer, then you don't care about animals, you're cruel, you're a murderer, you're abusive. I don't think all farmers are like that. I've seen videos of farmers who are very respectful of their animals, and they raise them, and they take a lot of pride in their animals, and they see it as, they treat an animal well, and then that animal is healthier, and then it also nourishes the community. Yeah, I've seen about that kind of cost sharing for a cow when certain animals. I would not be interested in that. I don't consume enough meat. The freezer's not big enough. Lewis would not want to see all that frozen meat anyway. One thing I notice about pasture raised eggs, pasture raised, because if they're pasture raised, they can go out in the field. There's a big difference because if you buy only cage free eggs, they could just be basically in a big room and they don't ever really see sunlight. And because if they feel claustrophobic, they'll peck at each other. So I really believe in pasture raised or pasture, they have access to pastures because that way they can actually, go out in grass and go out in the sunlight and just be chickens. But oh yeah, but anyway, so the thing I noticed about those eggs is that the shells are thicker. The shells are really thicker. It's interesting because if you buy like a traditional egg, like the cheapy 99 cents eggs, the shells are thinner and the eggs are more runny. The pasture raised ones are thicker and it has more heft to them. Even the cage free eggs, which I bought, I think one time because I was thinking, oh, I don't know if this was pasture raised or not. I noticed that for sure it was thinner than a pasture raised egg. And I'm talking about not just, one brand, but all the pasture raised eggs that I purchased are have thicker shells than just the cage free one. I've only bought cage free ones. Yeah, free range. That's the word. Free range eggs. So just buying cage free is not ethical enough in my opinion because, like I said, they could just be like them in a big hen house, but they don't have access to outside. So you got to buy free range eggs. Yeah, I heard about that, but I've also heard that I think the administration is buying out the the milk or eggs, things like that, because they want to prevent food dumping. Yeah, I think happier chickens produce better eggs, and better eggs are healthier for humans. Also, I couldn't find Kerrygold butter around here, so I bought Plugra, Plurga. I've heard about it for years, and people say, "Oh, it's a really good European butter." I should have known that once I opened it, it's like basically white. And after I tasted it, I was like, "Oh, this is not as good as Kerrygold." Kerrygold is like a deep yellow color because the cows are grass fed, but Plugra is like so white. It's kind of like it kind of took me aback because I haven't bought that kind of butter in years. Even my family members in Hawaii who like to save money, they buy Kerrygold because they realize Kerrygold is tastier. So even though they love getting a deal, they'll spend the money on Kerrygold because it's tastier and it's healthier for you. It's a lot tastier, Kerrygold than regular butter. Oh, I love Kerrygold so much. Yeah, New York, they're buying from the farmers. They're in the situation providing it to food banks. Yep, that was it. I've never tried Tillamook Creamery butter. Mm. Yeah, I really want to raise chickens. I don't want to raise chickens for meat though. I want to raise chickens for their eggs, and then after they're done laying their eggs, just keep them as pets. I think it would be very eye-opening, and it would be very rewarding as well because, well, if you have a pet and you give it a good home and they provide something back for you that you can eat, then it's like it's good because that way the animal has a good life. They get access to food, shelter, water, and you get access to really fresh eggs. I was telling Lewis that I said I really want to have two chickens. I want two silky chickens actually, who are not known as being really good egg layers, but I heard they're kind of like Oreos, very cuddly and sweet, and um, yeah. But he was telling me, he says he doesn't care about having a yard, so I don't have room for chickens here. But if he ever decided to live in a house, I want him to get a yard because that way I can raise some chickens. Just buy them as chicks and then keep them for their eggs, and then after they're done laying eggs, just let them retire, live their long life, you know, getting food, water, and shelter. I'm not gonna kill the chickens after they're done laying eggs. I just keep them as pets, even if that's for 10 years. No, no rooster, no rooster. We got Clinton. He makes enough noise. But I also do know if we lived in a yard, I would be sure to get one of those cat fences, because I would go crazy if I saw a cat, you know, near my chickens. I'd be like, no, no, don't go near the chickens. Yeah, I think there's just something very serene in that, and yeah. Yeah, I can't be in the city. Yes, the cats could kill a chicken. That's the other thing too. Like I would have to make sure that these three cats don't go near the chickens because I'm sure Oreo would try to attack a chicken for sure. For sure. You know, as cute and cuddly as Oreo is, once if he sees a bird, he'll try to kill it. I guarantee you that. That's why I'm a big supporter of keeping the cats indoors. I would not keep any of these cats outdoors. You hear about all these people who do terrible things to cats, like poison cats or shoot them with arrows, or what if the cat gets hit by a car, that kind of thing, and it would just cause a lot of stress worrying about the how healthy a cat is outdoors. It's not. You kind of worry about the people around. So yeah, and then also, wildlife as well, right? So try to be a little bit more mindful of the ecosystem. Keep the cats indoors. Don't let them go out in the yard where they can kill birds and squirrels and chickens or whatnot. Yeah, yep. I don't want a big falcon coming up and scooping Oreo either. Feathers, he's gonna want to strike. Like, there's been times where it's like, if he sees a feather toy, he wants to. If he's full, he just likes feathers a lot. So I'm positive that this cat would kill a chicken or try to harm a bird, even if he just ate. So I'd have to have separation between the cats and the chicken for sure. I don't want the chicken getting injured. Yep, Oreo's sleeping on the right side of the bed. Good, Oreo. Sleep on that side. Don't take up my side. Yeah, I think I've heard about people that lose chickens to foxes or coyotes and things like that. I'm like, what? Like the foxes will dig underneath the chicken coop to grab the chicken, or a bird might come in and take the chicken. I'm thinking, what? Man, if I saw a fox going after a chicken that I had, man, I would chase that fox with a broom. If I saw it, yeah. I kind of think, like, that's one of those things, like, yeah. So, if I had a pair of chickens, I'd do my best to make sure that those chickens were very, very safe. I would want them to stay you know, safe and healthy and not stress out and live a very, very long life. Yeah, I won't see the fox. I know. I heard the fox digs underneath the chicken coop. And then they can just kind of tunnel their way in there. So, yeah. I don't know. Someone must figure it out. Like you put, I don't know, cement blocks underneath the stone, the ground, and then hopefully the fox can dig underneath. I don't know. I've never had a chicken coop, so I don't know how to prevent foxes, but I'm sure there's a way to try to prevent them. I think it would just be a big, wide area for the chickens. Like a big caged areas to protect them. Yep. But I really want to have a life where I can wake up, check on the chickens, crack some eggs, and you know, eat the eggs, and then spend some time with the chickens, giving them scraps, you know, vegetable scraps or something, and seeing how that. But I have a good feeling based on how I am with pets that those chickens will actually be a pretty costly investment. I have a good feeling. I'd be like, okay, I need to supplement my chicken. I need to make sure the chickens have really good access. They have the best chicken coop ever. They have really good, you know, fencing, water containers of sorts. Yeah, I'd get them. Yeah, I'd be into the supplementation and feed stuff for sure, for sure. Those chickens, I think it would cost more um to keep those chickens by far than any cost savings with the eggs. I can imagine it, right? All that fencing, all that setup, and then what? You only have two chickens. Two chickens. Mmm. Yeah, but I always wanted to have like a pair of chickens. I want some silky, bantam silky chickens. They're not the best egg layers for sure, but I've always wanted a silky because I think they're so adorable. Yeah, I think of it like an Oreo of chickens. Cute, cuddly, sweet, affectionate. I don't know if Paul Daniels has chickens. I have no idea. I don't know. One of those things. Which reminds me, I was thinking about it. I was thinking to myself, I don't think that I could ever get another, or I would ever want Lewis to get another cat because Oreo is just so used to being like the center of attention for me. I think if I had another cat here, it would kind of stick out. I know, it's terrible. It's terrible for me to say that. That's why I think, like, even having a pair of chickens, I kind of wonder if Oreo would be kind of sad because my attention would be, you know, split from 3 ways down to 4 or 5 ways with chickens. And I like to think that Oreo knows that he's very loved. Oh, guess who's home? Well, looks like someone's home, so I will talk to you guys later. Hey, you're home! I'm gonna end my live stream. What time is it? Oh, it's almost 11. So late, so late. See ya.